We frequently overlook the very individual who accompanies us at every stage of our journey, ourselves. It's remarkably simple to become immersed in the routine of addressing challenges for others and acting as a steady source of support. However, when the day concludes and we find ourselves alone in the stillness of our personal space, the resulting quiet can be intensely profound. Stoicism, that ancient philosophy, serves as a reminder that we are, in fact, the commanders of our inner sanctuaries. Consequently, the attention and devotion we give to ourselves should be as steadfast and structured as a soldier's preparation for combat. This isn't about unrestrained self-gratification, it's fundamentally about survival. It concerns safeguarding our vitality, tranquility, and overall wellness with the unwavering attentiveness of a veteran general. This seasoned leader fully understands that the strength of an entire empire is directly proportional to the robustness of its leader. As we embark on today's exploration of prioritizing ourselves, it's vital to remember a key principle. If this message strikes a chord within you, there's a straightforward, cost-free gesture you can perform: press the subscribe button. By doing so, you invest in your own growth. Do not bypass any section of this discussion. Each element of wisdom builds upon the preceding one, carefully constructing a comprehensive strategy. This blueprint isn't merely about enduring life, it's about flourishing on your own terms, crafting a life aligned with your values and aspirations. The ultimate goal is to harness your inner resources and create a life of purpose and joy. Therefore, give yourself the gift of full attention and allow these ideas to take root. By nurturing yourself, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and grace. Embark with me on this enthralling journey, as we together delve into the profound depths of these historical teachings. Let us wholeheartedly embrace Stoicism, not merely as an abstract philosophy confined to dusty tomes, but as a vibrant and integral daily practice, a cornerstone upon which we secure our personal well-being and cultivate inner resilience. Reflect for a moment: how numerous are the promises you have solemnly made to yourself, only to witness them shatter and fade into oblivion? With what frequency have you meticulously planned to incorporate regular exercise into your routine, to retire to bed at an earlier hour, or to adopt a healthier and more nourishing dietary regimen, only to allow some fleeting distraction or urgent matter to seize precedence and derail your noble intentions? Now, ponder this crucial question: if a cherished friend were to consistently behave in such a manner towards you, repeatedly breaking their pledges and commitments, would you still harbor unwavering trust in their word? More often than not, we are the very first individuals to nonchalantly break promises to ourselves, perhaps lulled into a false sense of security by the mistaken belief that there are no discernible consequences. Yet, the stark and undeniable reality is that the true consequence of such self-betrayal is a profound and debilitating lack of self-respect, a corrosive force that erodes our confidence and undermines our sense of worth. Therefore, if you genuinely aspire to inspire respect from others and seize unwavering control of your own destiny, you must, without exception, commence with the fundamental act of respecting yourself. Whether your overarching ambitions encompass the attainment of superior health, the accumulation of greater wealth, the cultivation of profound inner peace, or the mastery of unwavering discipline, the unwavering maintenance of your self-commitments is absolutely essential. Fleeting and temporary changes will simply not suffice. A lasting transformation requires a steadfast dedication to honoring your word to yourself. Consider the remarkable example of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor who, despite bearing the immense weight of ruling an entire empire and constantly confronting the daunting challenges of relentless wars and insidious betrayals, diligently and meticulously recorded his personal reflections and acknowledged his inherent flaws on a daily basis. This unwavering commitment to self-awareness stands as a testament to the power of introspection and the importance of holding oneself accountable, regardless of external pressures or circumstances. He understood that true leadership begins with self-mastery, and that the path to wisdom is paved with honesty and self-reflection. Thus, let us follow his example and embark on our own journeys of self-improvement, one promise kept at a time. He steadfastly refused to delegate his personal development or self-discipline to external sources. This unwavering commitment to self-improvement naturally raises a crucial question: do you genuinely prioritize your own well-being and growth, or are you, perhaps inadvertently, neglecting your personal evolution, viewing it as something that can be postponed indefinitely, relegated to a later, more convenient time? The very first commitment, the bedrock upon which all others are built, must be to yourself. Not to your supervisor, not to your acquaintances, and not even to your immediate family members. This isn't about selfishness, it's about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you pledge to awaken before dawn, then rise with the sun. If you undertake a project, see it through to its completion, regardless of the obstacles you encounter. Every single time you break a promise to yourself, you inadvertently reinforce a negative self-image, projecting an aura of unworthiness and unreliability, both to yourself and potentially to those around you. Conversely, when you consistently honor your commitments, no matter how small they may seem, you will undoubtedly notice a significant and palpable boost in your self-esteem and overall confidence. You'll feel more in command of your life and your destiny, realizing that you don't necessarily need external validation or motivation to achieve your goals. Your own commitment, that inner drive, is quite simply enough. This, in essence, is the very essence of discipline, acting not out of fleeting immediate desire or momentary gratification, but rather from a deep-seated and resolute decision to respect yourself, your word, and your potential. The world, as it inevitably does, will indeed test the strength and resilience of this commitment. There will invariably be distractions, tempting shortcuts, and a myriad of excuses readily available to justify abandoning your goals. But it is precisely in these crucial moments of decision that you must consciously choose: will you succumb to the allure of excuses, allowing them to dictate your actions and ultimately your outcome, or will you steadfastly fulfill your commitments, proving to yourself and the world that you are a person of integrity and resolve? Thus, through consistent self-discipline, you not only achieve your goals but also cultivate a profound sense of self-respect and inner strength, enabling you to face any challenge with unwavering confidence. Remember, the profound philosophy of Stoicism teaches us a fundamental truth: that we possess control over only two domains, our actions and, crucially, our responses. While external circumstances, the whirlpool of life's events, may often seem beyond our grasp, we always retain the power to dictate our reaction. Indeed, this ability to choose our response is the very cornerstone of Stoic resilience. The ideal moment to act, the golden opportunity to uphold your commitments, is not some future fantasy, not tomorrow, not when conditions are, in your perception, perfect. Such a moment, free from imperfection, simply does not exist in the realm of human experience. Therefore, consider this: what tasks have you been delaying? What promise, made solemnly to yourself, have you left unfulfilled, lingering in the shadows of procrastination? Whether it's something seemingly simple, such as immersing yourself in the pages of a transformative book that promises insight and growth, or something as significant and potentially life-altering as embarking on a new project, a passion project that ignites your soul, or breaking free from the chains of a destructive habit, the time to begin is now. Each day you delay, each moment you hesitate, is a precious day not lived to its fullest potential. It's a day where you could have been closer to the person you aspire to be. Remember this vital truth: the true strength of a person is not solely determined by their innate talent, their raw intelligence, or the whims of luck. Instead, it is measured by their unwavering commitment to themselves, to their word, and to the path they have chosen to tread. Today, therefore, make a pact, a solemn agreement with yourself, to never again disrespect your own word, to never treat your commitments lightly, as if they were mere suggestions, and to never, under any circumstance, see yourself as unimportant or undeserving. Life, in its unyielding reality, does not send rescues. No shining knight will come to take you by the hand and lead you to your desired destination. Stoicism clearly and unambiguously teaches that you are solely and ultimately responsible for the direction of your own existence, for the course you chart, and for the legacy you create. Embrace this responsibility, and you will unlock a power within you that you never knew existed. To linger, suspended in anticipation of guidance, patiently awaiting the opportune moment, or pinning your hopes on some external panacea, is, quite frankly, a squandering of precious time. The esteemed Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, underscored a timeless truth: the only elements genuinely within your sphere of influence, your actions and the considered decisions you make, are the things that unequivocally matter. He cautioned, with characteristic sagacity, against succumbing to the debilitating effects of fretting over the perceived injustices perpetrated by others, the fickle hand of luck, or the immutable tapestry of the past, all of which reside far beyond the reach of your control. A multitude of individuals navigate existence as if they were mere passengers aboard their own life's journey, passively awaiting the benediction of fate or anticipating that some benevolent soul will materialize to miraculously resolve their predicaments. This passive posture, however, is a subtle and insidious trap, a gilded cage of inaction. Each 24-hour period frittered away in a state of expectant waiting is a 24-hour period not genuinely inhabited, not truly experienced in its fullness. Life, in its inherent nature, rewards decisive action, not timorous hesitation and paralyzing indecision. While some individuals may succumb to a state of frozen inertia when confronted by the daunting specter of uncertainty, others, fueled by an inner resilience and a spirit of proactive engagement, forge resolutely forward, despite not possessing all the definitive answers or a complete understanding of the path ahead. This latter cohort, the doers and the movers, demonstrably reach further, achieving greater heights and experiencing richer rewards, thereby proving that true strength, the kind that truly endures, resides not in the illusion of complete certainty but in the courage to act decisively amidst uncertainty. Therefore, to effectively shepherd your own life, to navigate its complexities with grace and purpose, you must resolutely cease the practice of outsourcing your crucial decisions to the whims and opinions of others. Abandon, once and for all, the naive and ultimately self-defeating notion that some external force, some benevolent savior, will swoop in to magically resolve your challenges and alleviate your burdens. Embrace the responsibility of your own agency, and take the reins of your life into your own capable hands. Only then can you truly begin to live, to thrive, and to realize your full potential. The world unfortunately does not adjust to our personal grievances, nor does it transform simply because we perceive an injustice. Reality, in its unyielding nature, continues its course, impartial to our individual involvement or lack thereof. Picture, if you will, a ship adrift at sea, bobbing aimlessly, pushed this way and that by the relentless waves. This image serves as a powerful metaphor for an individual who fails to take command of their own existence, allowing circumstances to dictate their path. Now, contrast this vividly with the image of a seasoned navigator, a master of the seas. Although this experienced captain cannot control the fury of the impending storm, they skillfully maneuver their vessel, adapting the sails to the wind's whims and confronting the immense waves head-on with determination and precision. This, in essence, embodies the true meaning of leading your own life, of taking the helm and charting your own course. Undoubtedly, assuming this degree of responsibility for one's own destiny might initially appear burdensome, a heavy weight to bear. However, in truth, it is profoundly liberating. The realization that no one else can ultimately make your decisions for you, nor fight your battles, frees you from the constricting need to please others and from the paralyzing fear of making mistakes. It empowers you to be authentic and true to yourself. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy, teaches us to cultivate emotional self-sufficiency, to make choices grounded in personal integrity and inner convictions rather than seeking external validation or approval. This independence allows us to act with courage and clarity. What ultimately distinguishes a truly fulfilling life from a vacuous and empty one is precisely this ability to make conscious choices. It is the power to decide what circumstances we will tolerate, what thoughts we will nurture and foster within our minds, and what firm boundaries we will establish to protect ourselves and our values. Therefore, choose wisely, and craft a life worth living. If you do not proactively embrace these crucial choices, be forewarned, others will readily step in and make them on your behalf. This often culminates in a life that feels disconcertingly out of control and profoundly unfulfilling, a sentiment no one desires. Actively leading your life, therefore, necessitates a steadfast, daily commitment to this empowering mindset. It requires continuously reminding yourself that you, and you alone, hold the ultimate responsibility for charting your course through life. While you may certainly seek valuable advice and glean wisdom from the experiences of others, ultimately, the pivotal decisions, the game-changing choices, are yours to make and yours to own. If you abdicate ownership of your life, rest assured that someone else will gladly seize the reins and steer you in their desired direction. Time, that relentless river, waits for absolutely no one. Every morning, as the sun paints the sky anew, a fresh day dawns, brimming with possibilities, ripe with a myriad of choices and diverse paths just waiting to be explored and traversed. Yet, tragically, many individuals fail to truly realize that if they do not consciously define their own priorities, the world, with all its clamoring demands, most certainly will. Living reactively, perpetually responding to external stimuli, people often find themselves precariously swayed by a constant barrage of external demands and a relentless stream of distractions. They are unknowingly pulled in directions they never consciously chose, unwittingly becoming mere pawns strategically positioned on another's elaborate chessboard, their movements dictated by someone else's grand design. The reality is undeniably stark and perhaps a bit unsettling. Many individuals genuinely believe they are in firm control of their own destiny, yet their precious days are inexplicably cluttered with a seemingly endless array of unchosen obligations and a relentless flood of urgent, but ultimately unimportant, tasks. This disheartening scenario unfolds not by mere chance or some cruel twist of fate, but rather as a direct consequence of failing to diligently set clear, personal priorities and adhering to them with unwavering resolve. Thus, taking control of your life, one choice at a time, becomes not just a recommendation, but an absolute necessity for a life lived on your own terms. The relentless demands of a demanding career, the often unspoken expectations of society, and even our own propensity for procrastination, these elements often conspire to divert our attention and energies towards inconsequential matters. Marcus Aurelius, that beacon of Stoic wisdom, profoundly grasped the fleeting nature of existence, underscoring that each precious moment warrants judicious utilization. He understood implicitly that focus dictates the very reality we perceive. Absent clear direction, we risk meandering aimlessly through life, much like a lone leaf caught in the unpredictable currents of the wind. His unwavering discipline in meticulously selecting priorities was not simply a matter of enhanced productivity, it was, fundamentally, an issue of personal honor, a dedication to safeguarding the invaluable commodity that is time itself. Throughout history, the individuals who have truly left their mark were seldom those who dispersed their energies across countless tasks. Instead, they were the ones who demonstrated an unwavering commitment to concentrating their efforts on the matters of genuine significance. They skillfully eliminated the extraneous, the superfluous, honing in with laser-like precision on their ultimate aspirations and objectives. However, in today's frenetic world, it seems that many of us are navigating life on autopilot, constantly bombarded by an overwhelming torrent of notifications, alerts, and distractions. Consequently, maintaining a state of focused concentration has become a task approaching Herculean proportions. The true peril lies in the realization of this misdirection dawning too late in the day. Years can slip through our fingers, each one leaving behind a residue of regret. We lament not seizing control of our time and attention sooner, for dedicating excessive hours to resolving the problems of others, while simultaneously neglecting the pursuit of our own deeply held dreams and personal aspirations. Therefore, it is imperative that we consciously reclaim our focus and intentionally direct our energies toward what truly matters, ensuring that our time is spent in alignment with our values and ambitions. Stoicism, that ancient and profound philosophy, eloquently teaches us to approach each day with a sense of urgency and purpose, as if it were indeed our last. This involves placing immense value on the present moment, ensuring that every action we undertake is laden with significance and contributes meaningfully to our overall existence. However, the act of setting priorities, of discerning what truly deserves our attention, is often an arduous and demanding task. It necessitates a conscious and deliberate effort to swim against the prevailing current of conformity, to bravely make decisions that carve out a distinctive path for ourselves, rather than passively following the crowd and succumbing to societal pressures. True clarity, that rare and precious understanding of what truly matters to us on a fundamental level, dramatically simplifies the myriad choices that confront us daily. It empowers us to confidently reject unnecessary engagements and distractions, allowing us to laser focus on actions that actively build toward the realization of our genuine and deeply held goals. Discovering what truly deserves priority in our lives begins with a process of honest and unflinching self-reflection. This entails carefully considering what changes, both large and small, would genuinely enhance the quality of our lives and bring us closer to our ideal selves. It also means being ruthlessly honest in cutting out the superfluous, the trivial, and the time-wasting activities that clutter our days and detract from our overall well-being, focusing instead on what is truly essential and aligned with our values. By consciously and deliberately setting your priorities, you are, in essence, making a powerful choice. You are choosing to say no to the countless distractions that vie for your attention and yes to the life you truly desire to live. Each day presents itself as a blank slate, an unwritten chapter brimming with potential. If you fail to proactively decide how to fill that slate, how to write that chapter, others will eagerly step in and dictate the narrative for you. The Stoics, those wise and insightful philosophers of antiquity, understood that true wisdom lies in controlling what we can, our time, our actions, and our internal responses to external events. They implored us, with unwavering conviction, to choose intentionally, to make deliberate decisions about how we spend our precious time and energy, before circumstances inevitably choose for us, potentially leading us down paths we never intended to tread. Therefore, embrace the Stoic wisdom and seize control of your life. Each and every day, countless individuals discover they are simply responding to the world around them, tossed about by the unpredictable nature of external influences. It could be a discourteous comment that ignites fury, a traffic congestion that cultivates impatience, or unfavorable news that diminishes morale. Responses frequently appear to be instinctive and beyond one's command. However, existing in such a manner indicates one never genuinely possesses the reins of one's own existence. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, comprehended this profoundly. They firmly believed that to experience a truly fulfilling life, one must not evade challenges, considering difficulties are unavoidable, but should rather acquire the ability to not be dominated by impulsive, knee-jerk responses. Marcus Aurelius, reigning over an extensive empire as emperor from 161 to 180 AD, could not possibly afford the luxury of reactive leadership. His strength stemmed from a methodical approach to action, a deep-seated understanding that he must carefully choose his responses founded on wisdom, rather than mere momentary impulse. Think about the striking contrast between those who proactively guide their lives and those who passively react. Reactors are perpetually at the whim of external conditions, frantically attempting to tackle difficulties only after they emerge, and frequently feeling victimized by their circumstances. This reactive stance leaves them constantly playing catch-up, forever extinguishing fires instead of proactively shaping their destinies. Therefore, embracing the Stoic philosophy of deliberate action, choosing wisdom over whim, allows one to move from being a mere reactor to a true architect of their own life. This transition empowers individuals to navigate the inevitable storms of life with resilience and grace, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. It's about taking ownership and proactively steering the ship, instead of being passively swept away by the currents. Nevertheless, authentic leaders forge their own destinies. They foresee potential obstacles and chart a proactive trajectory for their lives. Should you ever experience distress due to unforeseen occurrences or trivial annoyances, it is probably because a reactive existence empowers these external factors, granting them dominion over your inner serenity. Bear in mind that the world is intrinsically flawed, replete with trials and provocations. The paramount objective is to transform, not the encompassing environment, but rather your individual response to it. Envision a tempest. Numerous individuals descend into panic, propelled by apprehension into unproductive actions. Conversely, the steadfast, those who truly lead, evaluate the circumstances and render meticulously calculated judgments. They confront the storm, not with trepidation, but with strategy and unwavering resolve. Guiding your life signifies formulating a comprehensive plan, defining your direction based on enduring principles rather than ephemeral sentiments. Individuals who operate on autopilot, responding impulsively without forethought, are frequently susceptible to manipulation by the agendas of others, whether through the pervasive influence of media, the compelling weight of societal pressure, or even the subtle sway of social networks. Electing to lead, as opposed to merely reacting, constitutes a profound declaration that your life will not be governed by external influences. It is a conscious decision to wrest control from the hands of fate and actively shape your own narrative. This proactive approach not only shields you from manipulation but also empowers you to pursue your passions and realize your full potential. Therefore, embrace the mantle of leadership and navigate your life with purpose, clarity, and unwavering conviction. It encompasses strategic decision-making, essentially a deliberate approach to choices. More than that, it demands a steadfast refusal to allow frustrations to dictate your reactions. History reveals that the most influential leaders and profound thinkers throughout time were rarely impulsive. Instead, they consistently maintained their composure and clarity of thought, even when confronted with overwhelming chaos. Now, pause for a moment and critically assess your own life. Are you truly living in alignment with your deeply held principles, or are you merely reacting to the constant barrage of stimuli from the world around you? Are you consciously making choices that reflect your aspirations, or are you simply struggling to keep up with the relentless demands that life throws your way? True transformation begins at the precise moment you recognize a fundamental truth: not every provocation warrants a response, and not every challenge is designed to drain your precious energy. Therefore, if you find yourself constantly battling to extinguish metaphorical fires, take a step back and carefully consider whether you are inadvertently allowing external factors to steer the overall direction of your life's journey. Stoicism, that ancient philosophy of resilience, profoundly teaches us that we possess control over only our actions and our responses, nothing more, and certainly nothing less. This empowering realization means that you inherently possess the power to choose calm over unnecessary agitation, to pursue constructive solutions rather than succumbing to despair, and to strive for tangible progress over settling for stagnant inertia. Time, in its inexorable march, is relentless. It neither pauses to allow us a moment to catch our breath, nor does it ever look back to offer a second chance. And while time relentlessly passes, those individuals who lead their lives with unwavering intention, carving out meaningful existences and moving steadily toward the achievement of their carefully defined goals, are the ones who ultimately shape their own destinies. Therefore, embrace the power of intentional living and direct your own course. In contrast, individuals who merely react to life's circumstances tend to drift aimlessly. They often find themselves looking back with regret, lamenting the time that was missed and opportunities squandered. It's crucial to understand that not all battles we face are waged against external forces. Indeed, many of the most significant conflicts occur within the very circles we choose, among the people with whom we share our daily lives. Unfortunately, not everyone we encounter is destined to strengthen, support, or inspire us. Some individuals, perhaps unintentionally, can subtly deplete our energy, gradually diminish our motivation, and relentlessly undermine our confidence. Instead of propelling us forward, they seem to pull us back, hindering our progress and stifling our potential. Stoicism, that ancient philosophy of resilience, offers a valuable lesson. We must resolutely protect our minds from factors beyond our direct control. This includes, most importantly, the potentially corrosive negative influences of those around us. Lucius Annaeus Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, wisely cautioned us about the critical importance of the company we keep. He astutely observed that the wrong associates, those who sow seeds of doubt and negativity, can corrupt even the most steadfast and resilient spirits. Therefore, take a moment for deep reflection. Ask yourself this vital question: if someone consistently devalues your hard-won achievements, relentlessly ridicules your cherished dreams, or persistently undermines your fragile self-esteem, why would you willingly allow them to occupy valuable space in your life? The time you dedicate to such individuals, these emotional vampires, is time that is essentially stolen from your own personal development. It is a truly high price to pay for relationships that ultimately offer nothing of substance, nothing positive, and nothing that contributes to your growth and well-being. Thus, choosing your companions wisely becomes an act of self-preservation and a fundamental step towards a more fulfilling and purposeful existence. Often, the daunting fear of loneliness propels individuals towards clinging desperately to toxic relationships or deeply unfulfilling friendships. However, let us contemplate a crucial question: what is undeniably worse? Is it enduring temporary solitude, a period where you actively bolster your inner resolve and fortify your sense of self? Or is it being perpetually surrounded by individuals who, like relentless vampires, relentlessly sap your energy and insidiously stunt your personal growth? Loneliness, when embraced and understood as a temporary state, can transform into a powerful and transformative phase of empowerment, a time for introspection and self-discovery. Conversely, the presence of the wrong company can function as a silent, invisible prison, subtly trapping you within the confines of mediocrity and preventing you from reaching your full potential. Therefore, remember this fundamental truth: protecting your own energy is not an act of selfishness or self-centeredness. It is, in fact, a necessary and vital form of self-preservation, akin to safeguarding your most precious resource. You are simply not equipped to support absolutely everyone you encounter, nor should you ever feel compelled to convince anyone of your inherent worth and value. Your personal growth is a deeply individual journey, and it does not require the validation or approval of any external source. True supporters, those genuine individuals who truly care for your well-being, will wholeheartedly encourage your development and celebrate your successes without imposing any limiting conditions or hidden agendas. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, faced relentless waves of envy and manipulative tactics throughout his reign. Yet, he never allowed external criticisms or the negativity of others to sway him from his chosen path. Instead, he remained steadfastly focused on what he believed was truly important: his deeply held values, his sense of duty, and his ongoing commitment to personal growth and self-improvement. Like Marcus Aurelius, you too must carefully assess the influence of those who surround you. Scrutinize their actions and words, and determine whether they are contributing positively to your life or hindering your progress. Therefore, choose wisely those with whom you share your time and energy, for they will undoubtedly shape the person you become. Do they help you flourish and ascend to new heights, or do they, conversely, act as anchors, hindering your progress? Are they beacons of inspiration, igniting your passion and fueling your ambitions, or are they, instead, persistent sources of doubt, casting shadows on your aspirations? If the influence is demonstrably negative, constantly draining your spirit and diminishing your resolve, then it is imperative to consider distancing yourself from such individuals. This does not necessarily necessitate an abrupt termination of relationships, nor does it require the creation of unnecessary conflict or drama. Instead, it calls for a subtle but significant realignment of your priorities. Strategically and quietly allocate your precious time to those individuals who genuinely enrich your life, those who uplift and inspire you, and wholeheartedly engage in activities that actively contribute to your personal and professional growth. Be exceptionally vigilant about protecting your emotional and mental energy, guarding it with the same unwavering diligence that you would employ when safeguarding your time and your very thoughts. If someone consistently undermines your confidence, chipping away at your self-belief, or perpetually questions your efforts, casting doubt on your capabilities, then it is unequivocally time to critically evaluate their role and impact on your life's journey. True and lasting progress absolutely requires letting go of burdens that are not rightfully yours to carry. Release yourself from the weight of negativity and misplaced responsibilities. Therefore, choose the company you keep with utmost care and discernment, for they exert a profound and significant impact on your life's trajectory, shaping your path in ways you might not even fully realize. Indeed, the most decisive and consequential battles are not waged on a physical battlefield, with clashing swords and roaring cannons, but rather within the intricate and often turbulent confines of your own mind. Your thoughts, both conscious and subconscious, directly and powerfully influence how you feel, how you act, and how you ultimately perceive your own potential and capabilities. A mind plagued by insecurity, relentlessly tormented by doubt, and prone to self-sabotaging tendencies is essentially preordained for defeat before you even dare to engage with the world and pursue your dreams. Such a state of mind becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, hindering you from achieving your true potential and living a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Thus, guard your mind, nurture positive thoughts, and surround yourself with those who believe in you, for they are the keys to unlocking your inner strength and achieving lasting success. The ancient Stoics, most notably Epictetus, imparted a profound truth: events themselves do not unsettle us. Instead, it is the perspectives and judgments we consciously choose to adopt about these events that truly disturb our inner peace. Therefore, it is not the presence of obstacles that ultimately defines our character, rather, it is the manner in which we interpret and respond to these challenges that reveals our true nature. Let us consider the meticulous process of a blacksmith forging a magnificent blade. This serves as a potent analogy. The metal, in its raw form, is certainly not inherently sharp. It undergoes a transformative journey, being subjected to intense heat, forceful hammering, and meticulous honing to achieve its ultimate form. In a remarkably similar vein, your mind, that incredible instrument, necessitates regular and consistent conditioning to maintain its keenness and clarity. Neglecting this crucial aspect of mental maintenance can render your mind as ineffective and dull as a rusty, neglected blade, leaving it wholly unfit for the inevitable battles that life throws our way. Individuals who dedicate themselves solely to the rigorous training of their physical bodies, while simultaneously neglecting the cultivation of their minds, may outwardly project an image of strength and resilience. However, they frequently find themselves faltering under the immense pressure of adversity. This is largely due to an underlying internal fragility that often manifests in various detrimental forms, such as an overwhelming fear of failure, debilitating paralysis when confronted with stress, or a persistent and corrosive sense of self-doubt. Indeed, your reality, that intricate tapestry of experiences, is meticulously sculpted by the thoughts you consciously nurture and cultivate within your mind. A mindset deeply steeped in the insidious currents of defeatism invariably leads to a life lived perpetually in the shadows of perceived failure and unfulfilled potential. Conversely, a mind that has been diligently trained for resilience, strategic thinking, and unwavering optimism possesses the remarkable ability to withstand even the most formidable and daunting of life's challenges, emerging stronger and more refined in the process. The truly empowering news is that the inherent power to fundamentally reshape and mold your own mind lies entirely and irrevocably within your own hands. You are the architect of your mental landscape, possessing the capacity to cultivate resilience, foster optimism, and forge a mindset capable of overcoming any obstacle. Consequently, embrace this responsibility and embark on the journey of mental fortitude, transforming your mind into an unwavering ally in the pursuit of a fulfilling and meaningful existence. Thoughts, much like muscles, gain strength and resilience through consistent and dedicated exercise. Therefore, it is crucial to purposefully focus on fostering mental patterns that empower you and provide unwavering support for your aspirations. A well-trained and disciplined mind possesses a remarkable capacity, it can effectively manage doubt and fear without succumbing to their overwhelming influence. Consequently, it maintains the necessary clarity to utilize every experience, whether positive or negative, as a valuable stepping stone towards personal and professional growth. Indeed, the Stoics, those ancient philosophers of profound wisdom, firmly believed that while the external world could potentially strip you of material possessions and disrupt your external stability, your thoughts remain inviolably and unequivocally your own. They are the one constant in a world of change. Thus, the real question that we must all ask ourselves is whether we are actively and consciously fortifying our mental fortitude, diligently building inner strength, or passively allowing it to degrade and weaken over time. In what often becomes an autopilot existence, a state of unconscious routine, many individuals unwittingly accept limiting beliefs without proper scrutiny or critical evaluation. These beliefs often manifest as self-defeating statements such as, "I'm not good enough, I always fail," or "this simply won't work for me." These negative scripts, so often repeated in the theater of our minds, frequently stem not from factual assessments or objective realities but, rather, from past hurts, emotional scars, and the projected opinions of others, often delivered without care or consideration. Therefore, a robust and resilient mind is characterized by its ability to challenge these negative narratives, meticulously evaluating them and rejecting them outright if they do not align with reality and your potential. Take a moment to consider what your mind has been consistently absorbing. Are your thoughts actively reinforcing your strengths, nurturing your talents, and bolstering your confidence? Or, conversely, are they subtly eroding your self-assurance, undermining your resolve, and hindering your progress? The answer to this question holds the key to unlocking your true potential. Remember, the real battleground exists not in the external world, but rather deep within the confines of your own mind. Ultimately, victory is not dictated by the circumstances that surround you, but instead by the unwavering resilience you cultivate within yourself. Therefore, seize command of your cognitive processes, do not allow your mind to transform into your greatest adversary. Instead, nurture and cultivate your mind, transforming it into a powerful ally, one that propels you relentlessly toward your goals with both precision and an unwavering sense of positivity. The outcomes you encounter in life, both positive and negative, are merely reflections of the thoughts you consciously choose to entertain and genuinely believe. Thus, choose wisely. Solitude is often fundamentally misunderstood in contemporary society. Far from being a sign of weakness or isolation, it is, in reality, a profound and inexhaustible source of strength. In our increasingly noise-filled world, bombarded with constant stimulation and distractions, we are often erroneously taught to view being alone as a problem, a symbol of failure, or even abandonment. Yet, history's most brilliant minds, from the ancient Stoic philosophers to the visionary leaders who shaped nations, have long recognized solitude as a vital and irreplaceable opportunity for personal growth and profound self-discovery. These individuals understood that true insight often emerges from quiet contemplation. The Stoics, in particular, deeply valued solitude, not viewing it as a curse or a burden, but rather as a precious and invaluable gift to be cherished. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, despite being constantly surrounded by the relentless demands of his vast empire, meticulously cherished his moments alone, recognizing them as essential for deep reflection and introspective thought. These moments of solitude allowed him to maintain his composure and clarity amidst chaos. Epictetus, progressing from his humble beginnings as a slave to ultimately becoming a revered and influential philosopher, consistently emphasized the critical importance of finding peace and contentment within oneself, rather than seeking external validation or fulfillment through others. This internal peace, he argued, was the foundation for a virtuous and meaningful life. Therefore, embrace solitude, not fear it, and unlock its hidden potential. Seneca, through the profound wisdom embedded within his epistolary exchanges, articulated a fundamental truth about the human condition. Genuine loneliness, he posited, is not simply the result of physical isolation or the absence of other individuals. Rather, it stems from a deeper, more unsettling source, the inability to find contentment and peace within one's own being. In essence, it is the discomfort of being alone with oneself that breeds true loneliness. Consequently, when an individual attains the capacity to exist in solitude without succumbing to feelings of desolation, a transformative power is unleashed. Solitude, in this context, transcends its conventional perception as a mere temporary refuge or a fleeting moment of seclusion. Instead, it evolves into a dedicated space, a sanctuary if you will, that allows for profound engagement with one's innermost thoughts. It provides the opportunity to meticulously reflect upon past actions, to learn from mistakes, and to strategically plan for the future with clarity and purpose. Indeed, it is within this quietude, this undisturbed mental space, that one can genuinely listen to the authentic voice within, unburdened by external influences and societal pressures. It is here, in the crucible of introspection, that individuals can forge a formidable inner strength, a resilience that is impervious to the fluctuations and vicissitudes of external circumstances. This strength, born of self-awareness and self-acceptance, provides an anchor in the storms of life. It is noteworthy that many individuals actively avoid solitude, often driven by a deep-seated fear of the discomfort it might elicit. They attempt to fill their lives with a relentless barrage of distractions, ranging from the allure of social media and fleeting entertainment to superficial interactions that offer only momentary solace. All this is done, sadly, in a desperate attempt to escape the daunting task of confronting themselves, of facing their own thoughts and emotions head-on. However, such avoidance, Seneca would argue, ultimately weakens the individual. It leaves them unprepared to navigate the inevitable challenges and adversities that life inevitably throws their way. Being alone, therefore, should not be equated with feeling lost or adrift. On the contrary, it provides a unique and invaluable opportunity to discover oneself, to gain a profound understanding of one's own desires, aspirations, and motivations, and to cultivate the very resilience needed to thrive in a complex world. Consider this profound notion: the most intense periods of personal growth and self-discovery often occur not in the bustling presence of others, but rather in the quiet solitude of one's own mind. It is during these moments of introspection and self-reflection that the seeds of transformation are sown, nurtured, and allowed to blossom into the best version of ourselves. Therefore, embrace the opportunity for solitude, for it is in the quiet spaces that true strength and understanding are found. Just as warriors hone their skills away from the clamor of the battlefield, individuals who intentionally embrace solitude leverage it to refine their mental acuity and bolster their inner resilience. Consequently, they emerge not merely prepared to confront the world's myriad challenges, but also empowered to mold it in accordance with their unique perspectives and aspirations. The real task, therefore, lies not in shying away from periods of solitude, but in actively welcoming them. We must perceive solitude as an indispensable stage of self-development, a period during which we can construct a bedrock of self-reliance and independence. This, it should be clarified, does not advocate for severing ties with loved ones or rejecting all social encounters. Instead, it underscores the importance of nurturing your relationship with yourself, ensuring that it serves as the nucleus from which your strength and confidence emanate. In the tranquil stillness of being alone, pose this critical question to yourself: are you genuinely comfortable and at peace with the person you are? Are you prepared to utilize this time not as a form of self-imposed punishment, but as a profoundly transformative period of personal enrichment and evolution? Those individuals who successfully navigate and master the art of solitude, in effect, master themselves. They become remarkably steadfast and unwavering, regardless of the adversities and unforeseen circumstances that life may hurl their way. Moreover, it is important to understand that respect is not a commodity that can be purchased, demanded, or even coaxed through entreaties. Instead, respect must be diligently earned. And perhaps even more crucially, it can only be authentically received from those who possess genuine self-respect. Self-respect is the cornerstone upon which all other forms of respect are built. It's the quiet acknowledgement of your own worth, the unwavering belief in your potential, and the courageous acceptance of your imperfections. Thus, embracing solitude becomes a pathway to not only understanding yourself better but also commanding the respect you deserve from the world. Hoping to garner respect from an individual who exists in a state of profound self-neglect is, quite frankly, a pointless endeavor. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers of profound wisdom, imparted the invaluable lesson of concentrating our energies on that which lies within our sphere of influence, while simultaneously dismissing the rest. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless Meditations, meticulously emphasized the importance of acting with unwavering justice, unyielding integrity, and profound wisdom, completely irrespective of how others choose to treat us. He astutely highlighted the undeniable truth that those who lack self-respect are frequently incapable of extending genuine respect to others. Therefore, ponder the moments when you experienced disappointment from failing to receive the recognition you rightfully deserved. Carefully consider the sheer amount of energy and precious time you expended in a futile attempt to seek approval from those who do not even value themselves. Such endeavors are, regrettably, doomed from the very outset. Respect, you see, mirrors the appreciation that is visibly present within oneself. It simply cannot be forcibly extracted from those who possess none for themselves. It is an intrinsic quality, not something to be demanded or coerced. Indeed, many individuals tirelessly attempt to win over those who consistently undervalue everything that comes their way. They fail to understand, however, that to someone deeply entrenched in mediocrity and self-pity, you may inadvertently appear as a threat rather than a figure deserving of respect. This is because your very presence challenges their deeply held beliefs and ingrained patterns of behavior. Consequently, those lacking fundamental principles might feel acutely threatened by your unwavering discipline and unyielding integrity. They may, in turn, respond not with the respect you deserve, but rather with attempts at minimization or even outright ridicule. Their insecurities and shortcomings are projected onto you, manifesting as negativity and disparagement. Thus, it is crucial to recognize that seeking validation from such individuals is a fruitless pursuit, and your energy is far better spent cultivating self-respect and focusing on your own growth and development. The Stoic path, a beacon of wisdom, guides us to carefully select our battles. It's a futile, often draining, endeavor to pursue validation from individuals simply incapable of bestowing it. Therefore, understand that your purpose isn't to convert every soul to the virtues of principled living. Rather, your mission is to become a living embodiment of those virtues, seeking no external validation for your actions. When you relinquish the need for admiration from those unable to offer it, you, in turn, reclaim your own personal power. You begin to understand a fundamental truth: the only esteem that truly holds significance is the esteem you cultivate within yourself. This self-respect is the fertile ground where genuine strength and independence flourish. The ancient Stoics, masters of self-control and virtue, lived this truth with unwavering conviction. They did not chase after external approval, instead finding profound contentment in righteous living, adhering strictly to their own deeply held moral standards. Consequently, this realization brings about profound liberation. No longer will you waste precious energy attempting to alter perceptions that are fundamentally unchangeable. Instead, you will experience the joy of living freely, your course charted by your own values and principles, untouched by the fickle winds of external affirmation. This inner compass will always guide you true. True respect, you see, originates from within and, like ripples in a pond, radiates outward. When you genuinely respect yourself and live authentically, without reservation, aligning your actions with your principles, you transform into an unshakable force. This internal fortitude becomes your shield and your sword, protecting you from negativity and empowering you to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Thus, you achieve a profound sense of peace and self-assurance. Pose this question to yourself: are you truly living a life that resonates with your deepest values, or are you, perhaps unwittingly, seeking validation from external sources, yearning for the recognition of others? It's a crucial distinction to make. Always remember that the most profound and enduring respect is the respect you cultivate within yourself, the self-assurance that stems from knowing you are living authentically. Therefore, do not squander your precious time and energy on individuals who have not yet grasped the essential concept of self-worth, those who fail to recognize their own inherent value. Instead, choose to remain steadfast in your convictions, unwavering in your integrity, and resolutely forward-moving in your pursuits. True confidence, that unshakable inner strength, doesn't materialize out of thin air, spontaneously appearing when you find yourself in a challenging situation. It is not a matter of mere chance. Rather, it is painstakingly and meticulously crafted during those often unseen moments of quiet preparation, through unnoticed daily decisions, and seemingly insignificant habits that, over time, coalesce to shape the very essence of who you are. Indeed, many individuals mistakenly believe that confidence originates from external validation, arising from coveted opportunities, or from triumphing over formidable challenges. However, the wellspring of genuine, lasting confidence lies in the actions you undertake when you believe no one is observing, the choices you make in the solitude of your own conscience. Consider this: a warrior's true strength is not solely demonstrated on the battlefield amidst the clash of steel and the roar of combat. Similarly, a speaker's eloquence doesn't magically appear solely when standing before a captivated audience. Just as a wise person's wisdom is not limited to those crucial moments of pivotal decision-making, all of these admirable traits are, in fact, the culmination of dedicated effort and diligent cultivation in the private sphere, nurtured away from the public gaze. Thus, true strength, eloquence, and wisdom are built in private, then displayed in public. The ancient Stoics, luminaries such as Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, articulated a profound truth: true strength isn't forged in the crucible of fleeting, spontaneous heroism. Instead, it is meticulously cultivated through the unwavering application of routine and rigorous self-discipline. These philosophical giants understood that the very bedrock of a resilient and unyielding life is quietly and diligently laid far from the clamor and scrutiny of the public sphere. Therefore, if your aspiration is to become truly formidable, capable of weathering the myriad challenges that the world relentlessly throws your way, then your self-discipline must be an unwavering companion, particularly during those solitary moments when no one is watching. Indeed, the manner in which you perform under the intense gaze of public attention is nothing more than a direct and faithful reflection of the habits and practices you have diligently cultivated in the privacy of your own existence. Imagine, if you will, a daily life characterized by pervasive procrastination and a series of half-hearted commitments. In such a scenario, you will inevitably find yourself woefully unprepared when those critical, defining moments arrive, demanding your utmost. Conversely, should you choose to establish robust and empowering habits, consciously train your mind for unwavering resilience, and diligently maintain an unwavering commitment to self-discipline, then you will be exceptionally well equipped to effectively handle virtually any adversity that life may present. It's crucial to understand that authentic self-confidence doesn't simply materialize from the fleeting applause of superficial praise or the hollow validation of external accolades. Instead, it is organically born from the deep-seated and unwavering knowledge that you are thoroughly and meticulously prepared for whatever challenges may lie ahead. It stems from knowing, with absolute certainty, that you have proactively addressed and decisively conquered your inherent weaknesses long before they ever have the opportunity to be publicly exposed and exploited. This proactive approach, this quiet dedication to self-improvement, is the very essence of Stoic strength. Thus, by embracing routine and discipline, you unlock the potential to become a truly resilient and formidable individual. Your self-assurance isn't simply a gift, it's meticulously constructed, brick by brick, upon the foundation of countless instances where you've elected to act with unwavering integrity. Instead of succumbing to the allure of the easy path, you chose the road less traveled, thereby constantly reaffirming to yourself your inherent capabilities and your readiness to confront whatever life throws your way. This consistent reinforcement is paramount. The challenge many individuals encounter lies in their yearning for the luscious fruits of confidence, without simultaneously nurturing the essential roots of diligent preparation. They harbor a desire to experience the sensation of profound power, but they are often unwilling to immerse themselves in the arduous labor that genuine strength invariably demands. Life, however, operates according to a different set of principles. It doesn't bestow rewards upon those who are caught off guard or are insufficiently prepared. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers renowned for their wisdom and resilience, were unequivocally clear on this matter. Consistent and dedicated preparation serves as the definitive key to enduring any of life's inevitable trials and tribulations. By diligently practicing self-discipline on a daily basis and consistently pushing the boundaries of your limitations in the privacy of your own space, you proactively ensure that you are adequately equipped to handle whatever unforeseen circumstances may come your way. This proactive approach is essential. Therefore, pose these crucial questions to yourself. What actions are you undertaking when you believe no one is observing your behavior? How are you actively shaping your mind, sculpting your character, and fortifying your resilience? Are you actively engaged in the process of preparation, or are you merely harboring the hope that confidence will spontaneously materialize, uninvited and unearned? Consider this carefully. Remember this profound truth: the most critically important work invariably transpires off-stage, in the quiet, unassuming moments of dedicated preparation. During these moments, you are forging the very steel of your spirit, meticulously honing your abilities, and preparing yourself to radiate brilliance when the spotlight inevitably finds you. This is where true transformation occurs. Thus, embrace the challenge, invest in the unseen work, and watch as your confidence blossoms into a radiant force. Authentic self-assurance transcends mere boasting or a naive belief in guaranteed success. Instead, it resides in the serene certainty that you possess the readiness to confront any adversity life may present. This tranquility stems from the diligent effort invested, even in moments when you are unobserved. Motivation, frequently perceived as indispensable for triumph, often proves fickle when most needed. It ignites an initial spark, but its flame diminishes rapidly, leaving you marooned during challenging times. Therefore, depending solely on motivation can be detrimental to realizing long-term aspirations. The Stoics, wise to the deceptive essence of motivation, placed their reliance, rather, on unwavering discipline, resolute commitment, and the fostering of steadfast habits. Epictetus underscored the significance of the daily exercise of virtues, not solely when it suited one's convenience. Marcus Aurelius, even amidst his responsibilities as emperor, acted not out of fleeting motivation, but prompted by a deeply ingrained sense of duty, cognizant of the pitfall of awaiting motivation's arrival. He understood that a leader cannot wait for the mood to strike to make critical decisions. Consequently, success is not birthed from transitory emotions, but rather forged by habits consistently practiced, irrespective of one's ever-shifting emotional landscape. Therefore, cultivate discipline and commitment, and success will inevitably follow, even on the days when motivation deserts you. Develop good habits and practice them consistently. Don't wait for inspiration to strike, instead, meet each day prepared and ready to work. Envision, if you will, a warrior meticulously preparing for the crucible of battle. This warrior doesn't merely engage in training when the spark of motivation ignites within them. Instead, they commit themselves to unrelenting, rigorous training, a testament to their dedication to absolute readiness, regardless of the ebb and flow of their emotional state. Life, in its intricate tapestry, demands a similar unwavering discipline, the consistent application of action, irrespective of the capricious nature of desire. To construct something truly substantial, whether it be a deeply cherished personal aspiration or a demanding professional endeavor, requires a level of unwavering consistency that far transcends the fleeting nature of momentary motivation. Thus, the formation of robust habits becomes utterly crucial, as it fundamentally underpins any achievement of significant magnitude. Actions, therefore, should arise not from the ephemeral whims of feeling inspired, but rather from a steadfast commitment to these meticulously cultivated habits. Tragically, many individuals falter and stumble along their path because they have been conditioned to act solely when they experience the nebulous sensation of feeling right. This misguided notion fundamentally undermines the very essence of true discipline. The profound wisdom of Stoic philosophy imparts the invaluable lesson that self-control and habitual action are not only paramount but are also far superior to being passively driven by fleeting and often unreliable emotions. Motivation, indeed, may waver and flicker like an unsteady flame, susceptible to the slightest gust of wind. However, a well-established habit, meticulously nurtured and diligently maintained, burns steadily and brightly, providing continuous momentum and unwavering support. Consequently, it is imperative to reflect deeply on the fundamental question of whether your actions are predominantly motivated by the transient nature of fleeting emotions or firmly grounded in the unwavering stability of robust habits. Therefore, cultivate discipline and let habit be your guiding star. The journey toward triumph is meticulously constructed upon a foundation of unwavering, disciplined actions, which gradually transform into ingrained habits, naturally bolstering your advancement irrespective of the ever-changing external landscape. Therefore, consistency and dedication are paramount to realizing your full potential. As we conclude today's discourse, let us not forget a fundamental truth: each conscious stride taken in the realm of self-care is, in essence, a significant step forward on the path to unparalleled inner fortitude and resilience. Consequently, prioritizing your well-being is not merely an indulgence but a crucial investment in your overall success. To further enrich and perpetuate this transformative journey, I strongly encourage you to explore one of the thoughtfully curated videos prominently displayed on your screen. By engaging with this supplementary content, you will undoubtedly deepen your practical application and comprehension of the profound art of living well, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. I am profoundly grateful for your presence here, diligently expanding your comprehension and cultivation of inner peace and wisdom with your individual path towards self-mastery, a realm of limitless potential and personal growth, eagerly awaits your continued exploration and dedicated commitment. Thus, embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead with unwavering resolve. I eagerly anticipate the opportunity to reconnect with you soon, as we continue to unravel the intricate tapestry of self-improvement and unlock the boundless possibilities that reside within each of us. Until then, may your days be filled with purpose, resilience, and the unwavering commitment to living well. Farewell, and may your journey be both enriching and transformative.